Live on live. We are online. No radio. How you doing, sir? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
What up? What up?
What's up? To catch the people up, um, I am officially going to become an Appleseed now, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I clown on Apple users all the time, and now it's time for me to put up or shut up. Cause I got
I've
told too
already.
many times, you don't know what you're talking about.
I took the ride for 90 days. Your
Bruh,
turn. Your turn, sir.
man, I am regret. Look, I'm already feeling bad about it now. Okay, I had to sign the document. I had to sign the papers to make sure. Hey, what's up, Austin? I had to sign the papers on T-Mobile to let them know that I was being real because they sent the information was like, hey, you need to sign these and send this to us. Let us know that you really want this phone. And I had to electronically sign these. So now they're sending me the phone. Whenever it gets here, it'll get here. I don't care. But we're gonna take this journey together. Us as an Android user who uses Android on everything is going to be using an iPhone and comparing it to T-Mobile's network versus T-Mobile's network. Now, No Radio and I are somewhere close to when it comes to annoyance to certain things, and I love my multitasking on my phones. Okay, I love my multitasking. I love the fact that I can open 2 and 3 and 4 apps at a time and live the multitasking life. But you have told me, sir, that there's no such thing as multitasking on an iPhone.
I
Is
mean,
this
it ain't like
true? Is this true?
obviously, sir. The closest you're going to get to multitasking is you can run YouTube in a window.
Oh God.
That's the closest you're going to get.
Look, man, in my car, I got 2 phones, and I'm gonna end up to make sure. Oh God, speed tech, whatever. So in my car, I have my Fold 4 that's doing my navigation and stuff for Uber, and then I use my other Fold to do my YouTube, look at some YouTube channels while I'm waiting on stuff. I got the map pull up. I got this doing. I got that. I got my people have gotten in my car and said, "Man, you got a command center." Okay.
You in the damn spaceship Voyager.
Yeah. so so here's the problem. Now I'm going iPhone, and I'm to make sure that I test this. I'm substituting my Fold 3, and I'm gonna put my Fold 3 into my backpack. Okay.
Hey, no, you got to put them
I'm put
both away.
no, I can't. No. I have to work. I have to
Oh,
work.
no, you didn't run your
No, no, no,
Uber on
no.
the iPhone.
Oh no. Sir. No. No.
With the Apple
That
Maps. No, no,
hell no.
no. I think Uber does its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
but here's the thing.
You gotta go 100, cuz.
Look, I'll just say something.
Log
I'm
into Uber.
already because I need to test both the T-Mobile network at the same time on both the phones. So all
So
the
that means
places, so all the
that's still you
places that
still
I
cheating,
know.
sir. You
No,
still
I'm
cheating.
not.
Okay,
No,
it's okay to run. What I'm saying is this: you're only allowed to do network testing on the other phone. You have to do everything else on the iPhone.
why do I? Oh, come on! Don't! No, no,
That's
no.
how you get the full experience, man.
But okay, but here's the thing: if I'm using it as my Uber,
It has to be
um,
your only media device. It has
oh
to
God,
be your music device. Your media has to do
mm-mm,
all your things.
I can't. I can't do that. I can't.
See, you gonna be stuck. See,
Okay, look. I might do it later on down the road, but I need the reason why I'm doing this is due to the fact that I want to test it out to find out if T-Mobile is actually bad in my area. Because as an Android user, I don't have any problems. I get perfect signal. I get perfect everything. I drive around the whole DC region. I do laps around the Beltway, bruh, and I don't have any drop calls. I'm like connecting all the time. But I get people to get in my car who have iPhones, and they say these words: "I can't connect though. I can't connect." Hold on, my iPhone, not even everything.
My iPhone, and I think I told y'all too. Like I actually showed y'all, my iPhone would randomly go SOS out of nowhere when I'm in front of a tower. It was weird thing.
But
It got
that's what
better
I'm
near the
saying.
end, but in the beginning, it was doing it a lot. It
But
got
that's
better.
what I'm
That's on
saying.
Verizon.
But that's what I'm saying. I need to test this, and the only way I can test it is I need to keep my fold, because remember, I can multitask on my fold. I could actually have the Uber app up, the service menu up, and
I
speed test
know.
on
What
at
I'm
the
saying
same
is,
time.
you gotta see what life is like when you can do none of that anymore.
No, sir, that's asking too much. That's asking too much. Look, I need my multitasking for work. I'm sorry. It's part of my workflow. It's really part of my workflow. It's like seriously part of my workflow.
Oh, Jesus.
So I can't deal without my multitasking. I have to have it.
But you ain't getting the full experience, sir.
Look, I really, really want to do this, and I will try it later on. But I need to really test to find out whether or not.
Other side, the other you got to do. You got to be on iMessage, so you can't message none of your family no more the normal way.
No, this is going on. This is going on a line that I look. This is going on one of my 5 lines that I have on T-Mobile. Okay, all my phone. Actually, here's the thing: all my phone calls route to my main line. So the main number on my account, all my 5 lines route to that. So that's the thing. Like I said, this is a side. This is something I'm doing on the side. I might try. I might put the Uber app on the iPhone and try to drive around with it, maybe. But my
make your speed
workflow
test videos with it.
Now here's the thing.
Good luck having your speed test app and your GPS up at the same time.
That's not gonna happen either.
Your GPS gonna have to be minimized to a little bit box.
Now here's the thing. If there are any network discrepancies between the iPhone and the Android phone, I can find out because of the videos I've already done. I have videos of different spots that I've done in DC, and I can compare them directly with the iPhone if there's any discrepancies between on the T-Mobile network.
Yeah.
So I have the papers to prove whether or not is it the phone, is it the network? I think it's the phone, but I have been told that I'm too much of a fanboy to really know the difference. Now, I'm trying to do this as scientifically as I possibly can. That's the whole thing.
I just want you to go through some Apple torture, sir. You're going to still be going home at night and then cuddling up with the Samsung.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
That's my bed.
You're going to be getting a dose of medicine daily.
Look, this is as close as I can get to being into the Apple universe by replacing my Fold 3 with the iPhone. Okay? I'm replacing my Fold 3, which I do actually I do my thumbnails on my Fold 3. I check my YouTube page on my Fold 3. I do a lot of stuff off my phone, and this is just my secondary phone because I can't play with my Fold 4 while the Uber app is open. Uber customers are not going to let me just be like chilling and be messaging people. Actually, here you go. I'm on Google Meet with everybody on my Fold 3. So I got to do the Google Meet on the iPhone. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get tortured by this anyway.
Nah.
Yes, and here's the thing: I can't use Bluetooth. I'm gonna use wired. It's gonna be a wired connection. So I gotta go find some lightning bolt
Like
earbuds.
you should have
I
warned
gotta.
me ahead of time. I could have mailed them to you. I don't need them no more.
So I have to do this to
For
find out what's really good.
$19 from the Apple Store.
Oh, this is gonna hurt, bro. This is gonna hurt me bad.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hey, I went completely deep, went all the way deep undercover.
Look, man, understand you look for your job. For your job, and I'm not gonna say what the job is. You can get away with it, okay? But I have to have a certain level of androidism, okay?
Because what I'm saying is, if you had to crown Apple as a great device, you got to see what it's like without Android helping.
Here's the thing: if it's going to show, it's going to show as
Basically, you're focused on the
from my
network
second.
side, not the Apple part.
Not so much as the Apple part, but I know that's going to
Yeah,
annoy me. Okay, I need it from the network side.
well,
But
I mean, if all you're gonna
understand,
do is run speed test apps, it don't really matter then.
no, because here's the thing: I can compare them directly to each other as I'm driving around.
Yeah, that's just
That's
speed
the
though.
that's the big thing. I need to see. And then on top of that, like I can once the 90 days is up, then I can go in and put Verizon and T-Mobile on, and then I could do those same tests that I did on my Android phone. I could do it on the iPhone. So it's all about being able to check and see, hey, what do I get? Or is the network better? Does the network perform better on an Android phone, or does it perform better on an iPhone? Extra content, bam!
You
Because
also gotta do like regular use cases, like watching YouTube while driving, all those things.
yes,
Just like I said, just speed test is not going to give you a real picture either. So,
oh no,
so for instance,
I fully
even bro, even my Android does better on Verizon than my iPhone did. So I don't know. Far as YouTube, the iPhone
but see,
buffered a lot. It buffered a lot on YouTube. I
but
haven't.
here's the
Matter of
thing.
fact, this Android ain't buffered once since I got it on YouTube when I'm out on the network. Not
Oh
once.
wow.
Yeah, literally not one time.
But okay. But
I
here's the
don't
thing.
know.
So like I always I listen to people. When I'm in the Google meets with everybody, and I hear people talk about how like YouTube and Google products is buggy. It's always buggy,
It is on
buggy.
iPhone.
But here's the thing: I don't think that Google is the problem. I think Apple's the problem
Oh, and I
because
will
I
tell you
don't have
something
those
too.
problems when
I
I'm on
will.
Android.
If anybody else is out there, I noticed too. The iPhone, I had the most problems with YouTube when there was about to be a commercial.
Oh God.
It would buffer the fucking. I mean, ooh, my language. It would buffer the commercial, and like
Mm.
on Android, it's just smooth as butter. Like I could be watching the show, like or having it playing, and I'm up in the boom working, and I can't even tell the episode went to commercial because it was so smooth. On the iPhone, it'd be like 10 seconds later, commercial. And then sometimes I have to exit and come back, and I'm like, is Verizon screwing up? And now I'm like, nah, it was that freaking iPhone, dog. It's
Look,
almost like, look, even if the iPhone was perfect, right? What are they doing? Making it fail so I have to pay for YouTube because I get tired of commercials buffering.
oh, hey, here's the thing. I do pay for YouTube, so I will be able to find out if that's the case.
I don't
You
know,
never
dog.
know.
It was
I already
so
paid for
buggy,
YouTube
bro.
Premium.
Playing YouTube was just buffer city, bro.
But
It was buffer
to
city.
answer Austin's tech question, I use wireless buds because I'm driving for so long that those buds would die if I had wireless. And there's a certain, like I said, there's a certain flow to my job that I have to do when I'm driving that I can listen to everybody talk. I have to keep it in one ear, and switching them around, I can't switch earbuds around, so I got to use wired. That's the reason why. But
I'm also trying to get you to get some of them AirPods.
oh no, understand something. I am not going down that rabbit hole, sir. Not doing it. look, this is about as far as I'm going at the water's edge. I'm already giving up half my life now, like going into the Appleverse. But I'm doing it for network reasons more than I'm doing it for experience. You win it for the experience. I'm
I
doing it
went for the
because I
experience.
feel, but I feel like I've heard this come from customers too much. They have a T-Mobile account and they all say the same thing. Everybody on an iPhone. Now, like I said, I want to say right here on my own podcast, which one is it? And that's what I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out whether is it T-Mobile's network or is it the iPhone? Because on my Android phones, I have no problems, none. Now, was there issues early on in the merger? Yes, there were. Calling went to crap. I mean, like me, when I'm calling my wife and I'm on the phone with her, was it drop calls left and right? Yes, it was. Is it happening right now? No, it's not. But people on iPhones are saying they have drop calls, they can't connect, they can't do this, they can't do that. So I'm going
I
to be
still want to
driving
know who's
around and
making all
finding
these
out.
phone calls too. That's my other thing. I don't make enough phone calls anymore
Hey,
on any network, to be honest. I
well, here's the
video call
thing.
more. I used to only video call my wife.
Hey,
I typically
well,
still only video call my wife.
all right, look, man. There's not many people that I know that there's not many people I know that have iPhones. So except for the group that I talk to on a regular basis, that's the most iPhone users I know. But
Yeah, my
I
whole
just
family is my whole family that I deal with on a regular is all Android too.
oh look, I told my father this and he busted out laughing. He was like, "Why are you doing this for?" I told him, I said, "Yeah, doing it for content, my dad. I'm doing it for content." But I'm just saying that I see too many. Like I see that people who are in our community, they tested, they do a lot of testing, but the thing is there's not enough information coming from the iPhone to truly know. So,
Yep. Yep. Big
so
facts.
if you, my thing is matter of fact, I'm going to have to learn from you what the codes are so I can get into the dialer and find out all the little tidbit of information that
So it can
quote
almost
unquote
work.
I have to try to compare them.
So it
I
can
have to.
almost work.
Yes, I have to try to compare them because here's the thing:
Um,
if whatever my Android says is roughly what the iPhone's going to be doing, so that it's not like night and day. They're both in this roughly the same spot. It's not going to be able to connect from 9 miles away if my Fold 4 is connected to C band and my window my Apple phone is saying it connected to C band 40 miles ago. Which one is it? I'm sorry.
yeah. Big
You
facts.
know
Big facts.
that I just saying that from a point of view, I'm gonna start dispelling some myths here, and I'm gonna start showing it. So that's kind of where I'm heading at right now. That's how I kind of feel right now. I want to find out what's really good. Hold on. Calls connect perfectly fine. It's the call quality. That's not pull this up for you. It's the call quality that's not being so hot. See, is it an Apple thing or an Android thing? I'm getting very good call quality, but the only way to do it is to test it.
I was actually so because of all these call quality crap, my brother-in-law called me, I think was it yesterday. And I was like, well, he's on T-Mobile. Let me see how he sounds.
How do you
Brother sounded
sound?
good. He sounded
See,
good. I was like, okay. And he's using the
hey, look,
Pixel 6 Pro on T-Mobile. He sounded good in the call. I said, okay. Yeah.
hey, I'm just saying, man. Look, as a person who's has been told that I am defending the undefendable. I'm whatever. I'm riding around with the thongs on.
Said
I
Mitchell,
look.
Mitchell multitask with you.
Speed tech, man. Speed tech. Look, I'm just saying that it's time to start debunking some of these myths, man. I feel like it's literally an Apple versus Android problem. That's what I think. I think that a lot of people issues are Apple related, not network related. That's what I think. So Gene says my calls don't drop on Verizon postpaid prepaid
Yeah,
service.
I never had calling problems on the iPhone. I always had data problems on the iPhone, where
Hey,
it would literally
even,
speed test. It was on Verizon too. Speed test 500 megs, and then video be buffer. I've been back
yeah,
on the Android now since Thursday, and I ain't seen a video buffer yet.
hey,
So I don't know. There's
you
something
come
weird
back.
going on. Like I said, that like I said, I think that's something to do with the YouTube app and iPhone not just not working right together.
That's the thing. I'm gonna
I
because
don't
I'm
know what
going to.
it
I
is.
have to daily driver it. Now, like I said, it can't be my full daily. I'm sorry. This is a look. It's my. It's going to be incorporated into my workflow. Yes, it's going to be incorporated in my workflow. It has to, but it can't be my daily driver because I have to use that for work. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna have the speed testing app. I'm gonna put every single app that I can find that network wise to put on the iPhone. Okay, you know the FCC app. Hey, matter of fact, I want to know if anybody out there has put the FCC apps changed. It's asking for detailed information since you're uploading information. Since it's crowdsourcing information, it wants your name, your phone number, your email
Oh,
address.
shoot.
Oh yeah,
Oh, don't tell
they're
Dave. Don't tell Dave.
oh look, hey, my thing is I'm glad they're doing it that way because that way, hey, you reporting this information, you're gonna come out there and say, hey, the network is bad in your area. You're gonna own up or shut up. Which one is gonna be?
Yeah, Gene, the speed test app from the FCC has changed now. It's actually letting you dispute coverage and things.
Yep.
So you can
You
dispute and say, hey, there's actually no coverage right there, stuff like that.
yep. So my take on this whole experiment right now is I'm gonna look for all the apps that I can to put on the iPhone so I can get a good idea about how the iPhone works. Okay, how everything kind of flows. Then once I do that, then I can really start doing apples to apples. Pardon the pun. I didn't even think about it, but it's to really find out, is T-Mobile's network bad on a particular phone, or is it just bad in general? You see, because everybody that we've been talking to, they're not in a top PA where T-Mobile has gone ham and made their network different. Okay, I'm in that one. I'm in TA number 5. I'm like,
Gene, did you download the app recently? Or are you talking about when it first came out? Sorry, Ken.
yeah. He said he got
Because
rid of the app because it was all. Here's the thing: they just changed it. I went to go use it
yep,
today,
it's a different app
and
now.
it's a whole different app now.
But Gene is on iPhone. Maybe the FCC don't like iPhone either.
Well, here's the thing: I'm going to be able to find that out too.
It ain't Apple's fault. It's the FCC's fault. They only make apps bad for iPhone. But no, it's a different app now, Gene. It has changed. Now you can literally challenge coverage. That way, the
Yes,
FCC can actually challenge the carrier and say, "Hey, we're showing coverage here. This customer says there ain't nothing over there, and here's
and
the
I'm just saying,
testing for it."
I feel like there's enough of us nerds out here right now that if we did all this, if we can really put a lot of data into this thing so we can get a good idea about what the coverage look like. Like like in the app, it lets you choose how often it wants to sample the data off your phone. You can put it up there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 10 hours every 12 hours. Like it's letting you like have a level of control. Now, granted, I'm on Android. I don't know what it's like on iOS. So could they be blocking it? I don't know. I won't know for a couple of weeks since I'm just now getting my phone and this is a holiday season, so it's gonna take some time. I could get my phone tomorrow. I think that Apple don't have any phones in store and they just send them all to the carriers. I think that's what they're planning on doing. Now that's just me, from what I can tell. But I ain't no radio. As I've been talking about this, I'm almost getting to the place where I'm regretting it now. I have to incorporate this to my everyday.
Gene, you can uncheck the 1 gig. It's asking you if you want to cap it. It's not
Yes,
mandatory.
yeah. You can have it turn it off. You can say, hey, use as much data as you want, or you can provision it to use even 500 megs,
Yep. So
or
if you
like
go into the
only be able to
settings
do
on it,
5.
you go to test scheduler, it shows you the frequencies that you can do every 24 hours, every 12 hours, every 6, or once an hour. You can have it do Wi-Fi and network or no or mobile network only.
Mm-hmm.
You can have it only test. Yeah, we know your data is unlimited, but we're saying the app lets you pick a 1 gig limit if you want. iPhone people don't like choices, do they?
Hey, 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 hey,
He's like, it tells
hey.
me 1 gig. I gotta do 1 gig. Like, no, that's not what it's saying. You just
No, that's
uncheck the
not what.
box.
Yeah.
Uncheck the 1 gig box, and that's it.
Hey, yeah, yeah. Your data is unlimited. Yeah,
He's like,
unchop it.
choices.
Let,
Why are you
let it
giving me
ride.
choices? I don't like
Let that
choices.
let that bad boy ride.
I'm
But
just
here's the
picking
thing.
Gene. I'm picking Gene. You know we love you, dog. I gotta have fun with it, man.
But I'm just saying that I need to know from a network side because I can go through the whole Android versus iOS debate and we can talk about that forever. I just need to get a good person who doesn't really want to say, well, I don't want those things as an iPhone person. I get Brandon up here. Yes, I'm talking about you, Brandon. If you're listening, uh, you come up here and like, well, nobody wants that, and then all of a sudden when Apple does it, it's like, oh, I guess I did want it. I'm sorry, but it's just to me, I've heard it too many times, and I have to debunk this. I need to from a network point of view. It needs to be done. But hold on one second. Let me see if I can find this news story. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, no radio. I
Yes,
was
sir.
going I was going through Spectrum Omega, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I looked at your market, I looked at mine. Did you know that in on T-Mobile, your market, the amount of spectrum grew by
I
over
know.
another for over another 50 megahertz? Yeah, I think they're now at 247 megahertz in
Mm-hmm.
Greensboro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's dirty.
crazy. That's crazy.
And look,
I looked
that's
I
just
looked
in
at
41 you're
Verizon.
talking about.
Yes. I looked
That
at
ain't
I looked at
including the DOD
Verizon.
and C-band that T-Mobile has in
Yeah.
Greensboro.
They got 40 megahertz of DoD.
40 of DOD as well.
Oh, good God.
They,
Good
that's what
God.
AT&T crying about. They're crying about
AT&T
that
is
right there.
not AT&T is not happy, boy. They're like, yo,
AT&T said, for Christ's sakes, they got DOD too.
they have it in New York. They got it in basically all the hot spots. They even got it in Florida, bro. Florida, okay, is lit up with DoD spectrum for them. So that means they have the 2.5 and they got the DoD.
Yeah, it's
They're about to
40 of
go.
DOD.
They're
And
about
then
to go
C-band in
ham.
Greensboro, they've got 20, 40. They've got 40 of C-band, 40 of DOD as well. So they got 80 megahertz of just C-band and DOD on top of the band 41.
Oh no! But you know
I
what? Here's
think
the thing. the reason
You know,
the reason what made me look at it was because of Tyrone's video that he put out today. It was a diagram that came out when C-band came out, and T-Mobile was, shooting shots at Verizon, saying that they were going to have to densify their network to use the C-band because 2.5 could travel a little bit further.
uh-huh.
And on what Tyrone was saying was, oh, Verizon's already densifying. And I was like, so basically, for Neville Ray said what Verizon needed to do 2 years ago. He came out and said what Verizon was going to have to do with their C-band spectrum, and that's what Verizon is doing right now, is building their network closer with C-band. I was like, it was a whole hoopla. Oh, T-Mobile's just lying. They're lying through their teeth. They're selling them wolf tickets. And I'm like, huh? The whole time, I'm listening to the commentary of everybody, and I'm like, what? Yeah, 2.5 is lower in the spectrum than 3.7. So yeah, just by frequency propagation, it will travel a little bit further, but it
Let's
still
just
is going to
remember
be.
the number one part everybody needs to remember, right? That is still subject to power limits.
Yes,
So at the same power level, C-band will not travel as far. But if
right.
C-band's allowed
Yeah,
to run at higher power, then it can go just as far,
just as
if not
far.
exactly. That's the
The
reason why
more,
the whole it's travel. That's why I say I think T-Mobile jumped the gun by simply saying it doesn't travel as far. They didn't mention, well, that's also based on the power level that Verizon
that's
and AT&T are allowed to operate at.
that's very
If
true.
they're allowed to operate at a higher power level, they can compensate for it being slightly higher frequency.
Very
So
true. That was something that I was like, because they were going back rehashing this one when Tyrone put it back up there, and I'm like, so Verizon is already going to have to build a tighter network for C-band to be able to use it, right? But
well, I just saw something that said that they're actually not going to densify as much after testing.
really,
What did I just saw that. They're
oh man,
actually
please tell.
backpedaling on some of the densification.
Oh,
That's why I think the power level is the most important factor in this.
I think so. Hey, look, if they can get it to go higher power, then yes.
Well, we already know they're operating them damn things are running over 200 and something watts.
Huh.
The panels can do, I think it's 265 watts, and they're pushing at least freaking 230 something watts, I believe, on the C-band.
Mm,
From what I remember being told by a certain, cellular guy.
right, right. I mean, this is going to come down to which architecture is going to be better. I mean, T-Mobile might not be able to push 2.5 as far, but they don't really have to if it's still propagating just as good as AWS.
Let's see here.
And if they built their network on midband or even anywhere close to being midband, guess what? They don't really have to push it. They don't have to do much of anything.
So this page I'm at now is Frank Royal. This was published back in 2021.
Can you put it up there?
I'm not on the web browser one.
Oh,
Not,
dog.
I'm just
Put the
looking
link
at.
in.
I'm just glancing at it real quick.
Hey, put the link in the chat and I'll pull it up.
Yeah, 160 to 200 watts. ERP of 78.8 again. It was comparing how much power or C-band uses compared to millimeter wave is what this thing was doing. Millimeter wave uses a lot less power than the C-band does. And I'm not talking about watt, I'm talking about the actual power consumption.
Right.
Wattage, obviously, they're doing millimeter wave at like 1.5 watts.
But that's at street level. But that's at street level, right?
Yeah, well, it says the operating range is 0.5 to 1.5. From a half a watt to a watt and a half is what they say operating wattages are for millimeter wave. C-band typical operating TX power range is 160 to 200 watts.
But I want to know what the watt level would be from a macro tower.
Well, if the high is 1.5, then that's the most they're allowed to do, regardless.
Oh,
Meaning the actual equipment can't go past 1.5. The Ericsson gear. Maybe.
oh,
Maybe. We don't know. Obviously, we don't
right.
know. Well, we can find a data sheet for that.
Probably.
In Korea, they probably got it running at 100 watts.
Hey, but here's the thing. That you know what? That ties into this next one because T-Mobile was
Just a joke, guys. Jokes.
because here's the thing. T-Mobile was talking about using fixed wireless overlay on their existing infrastructure. So
but something that one of the fellows in the community they discovered that T-Mobile was taking down millimeter wave and putting N41 up on small cells and getting 1.8 gig on the small cell now. It's actually running faster than the millimeter wave did. I think it was EM Tech.
What?
He was talking about in Atlanta there was a millimeter wave T-Mobile site and it got swapped for N41.
T-Mobile has 180 megahertz of N41 on air. In your area? Because I'm only seeing 150 in mine. There's only 150 in DC. And that's aggregating the second band of 50. What you got?
I think this is just typical operating range. But this doesn't mean that this is actually like not a standard, but let's see. Let's take a look at other stuff. Let's see what this article says. Oh, this is about the whole FAA mess, the power limits that they're trying to do for the FAA.
For C-band?
Yeah. I love how all these technical companies do all these conversations, but they never actually get technical. None of the stuff they say.
It's technical, not technical. That's what that is.
Technically untechnical.
That's true.
Like looking at the iPhone service menu.
Look. I'm not trying to poke fun at people, okay? I'm sorry.
It's technically untechnical.
But there's not enough information in you need real-time data. Okay?
Yes.
Real-time data to be able to really judge what's going on. You can't get this data 5, 10, 15 minutes later. Because especially if you're driving around, you're moving between antennas too much. You're being handed off from cell to cell too often. Now, if you're in the middle of nowhereville, and you might be able to get away with it. If you're sitting at home, you rocking on your lazy boy couch. Yeah, you can get away with it. But when you drive as much as I do, or drive as much as no radio does, you need it in real time to truly find out how well the network is actually performing.
Here's what the antenna can actually put out: 320 watts.
What's going on, Red? About 5 days ago, AT&T had a C-band in my area, and now it's no longer a thing. When could it be back? And why is it? Because AT&T is taking their sweet time. I'm going to presume that you're probably in a good area for AT&T for them to start working on it. I'm in DC. They're not even trying yet. They got spots here in DC that they can do 500 plus, and that's just on LTE. But I'm not sure exactly what area you might be in. but they're taking their sweet time. They don't have to rush. I mean, no radio said it multiple times. They got how much of low band? Like 40
Yeah, AT&T
megahertz?
got 40 megahertz of low band.
40 megahertz of low band. They don't really feel rushed to do
That's not
anything right
including.
now.
That's not including none of their mid band, none of their band 266, just their low band, not their band 30, just their low band
Yeah,
40 megahertz.
they're
Talk
not in a
about
rush.
spectrum hoarders. They worried about people hoarding spectrum.
He says he's near Sacramento. Yeah, that look, they're not in a rush. Here's the thing: if you talk to some people who believe that AT&T must be playing like 12th dimensional chess, hey, look, they could be doing their own thing. You wouldn't even know what they're doing. My take on it is this: is AT&T has kind of BS for a long time, and now people are starting to really see it. So you're not alone on this one. I came across finally in my area a Verizon C-band tower, but it's at low power. So they probably just testing it. You probably got to get closer to the tower to be able to really truly be able to find out what's going on. That's probably what it is. They're testing it. They got to find out what's going on with it. Does it interfere? They keep it at low power for a while and then they'll turn it up.
But Keon, I got some good technical information right here for us.
What's up?
So you know how TDD. The whole point of TDD is you use the same bandwidth for your uplink and your downlink.
Yes.
So you don't waste any bandwidth. Well, the TDD on these antennas is not 50-50, meaning that's why your uploads are not as fast as your downloads. It's because if you look what this thing says here, it says duplexing technology in fraction of downlink transmission time to total time. It says the antenna, even though it's doing uplink and downlink over the same channels, it dedicates 75% of the time to downlink only.
Right.
So that means it spends 75% only making sure down data is sent to the phones, not coming from it. So you're typically going to see 25% of your throughput in your uplink.
But that makes sense.
Yeah, they're not 50-50. If they were 50-50, our uploads would actually be faster on this stuff.
You would see like 500 megs and higher if the upload
if they dedicated more time. But this is why they're not evenly splitting. They're not evenly splitting it. They're dedicating 75% of the time because remember it's time duplex. So
right. Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
That.
Well, no radio. Here's the thing. With that being said, then that means that operating millimeter wave from macro towers makes all the sense in the world. You could dedicate 100% of the time for just downlink and let the return be on midband.
You could.
Well, here's the thing: if they're already just doing it, and that's at street level. If they're doing that, and it's only that's at street level, millimeter wave nodes. Yes, you could put them on towers, but the person's going to be too far away for return.
Like I said, it's already on towers here, and it works. The millimeter wave works actually better off the damn tower than it does off the small cell.
Right.
And what I mean by better is not faster, because faster is not better. I mean it stays connected longer and further and around objects because it's over all the objects. It doesn't have to worry about a tree blocking it when it's over all the trees.
That's true.
So it does work better.
Well, you know what? That comes back from that article that I did last week where Ericsson was talking about they had a new different way they were planning on doing millimeter waves. It was going to still be roughly line of sight, but going up on macros. And then now T-Mobile saying that they're doing, overlaying their fixed wireless on macros.
Yeah, but Verizon been doing it, so it's not new.
Yeah, but Verizon's been doing it street level too.
Oh, I know, but what I'm saying is in this last little bit, they've been throwing all the macros out here. And it works.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And it's been months now. So this ain't new. T-Mobile, Ericsson can't say this is new. It's been done.
Oh, yeah.
It's done. Got them. Done. 2,000-3,000 feet away. Millimeter wave still working off the macro.
Mm.
But on the small cell, I turned the corner, dead.
Mm.
So believe it or not, I think millimeter wave might have better use on macros than it does on the damn small cells. But that's just
Yeah.
me. I think it may be better used off macros, just from my experience so far with using it off the macros. It behaves much better. It's much more it's actually usable versus I got to be down street level when I get a really fast speed test. But as soon as I go in the house or if I go in the backyard where the millimeter wave is in the street in the front, I go in the backyard, it's dead.
Do you think that might be able to make it where the handoffs from millimeter wave to back to mid band and back and forth again will be a whole lot smoother compared to having it at street level?
I wish they would put one up there so you could test it because it does work perfectly.
Oh, I mean, here's the thing. Early on, it was bad. Like, you remember when you be like, let's say that you're in a Google Meet and your phone would connect to a
Oh yeah,
millimeter wave,
it would
but then
literally
it
kick
would,
me out of
it,
the meet.
but then it would just kick you off.
Yep.
It would do a hard drop, right?
Yep.
So with it being on the macro and it's able to propagate further, give you a better line of sight, you know, it gives you
Well,
a better performance now that it can hand off because it's part of the cell network itself instead of being on the ground.
I mean, it's handing off with C-band. So like you can literally get near the site, be ground level, 1,000 feet away from it, and you're driving, sitting at a stoplight, and say let's say it's off to your west. It's 1,500 feet away. You're connected to it. As you start to drive away and you cross under the bridge, your phone switches to the C-band immediately.
Right.
That's on the same tower. It switches to the C-band smoothly.
Right. I
That's
mean,
that's the magic juju.
because when we were talking with remember I don't think you talked with PA Tech, but I was talking to PA Tech and he was telling me how he was seeing the deployment differently on Android as he was closer towards the tower. He was on N41, and then as he was moving away from the same tower, it switched from N41 to N71, but it was still on the same tower. So if you're close enough for millimeter wave to catch you, you will be on millimeter wave mid band and then
Exactly.
low band. But as you move away, it starts dynamically changing you based on where you might be at on the network or whatever sector you're on. Hold on one second. Comcast wants to start their own cellular network. Yes, I agree with that one. They're testing
Spectrum's already
Samsung,
deploying it,
Samsung small cell devices.
but we're not
Text to
using Samsung,
wires.
but we're already deploying, Gene. It's
Those two
already being
operators are
deployed. It
starting
ain't
their
a
own.
want, they are doing it.
See, I have a conspiracy theory about that one, and I've talked to you about this.
Keon, I just
There's a
took a
good.
picture of one of them, by the way,
Yes, I saw it.
yesterday. It's already deployed, dog.
See, I have a conspiracy theory about this one, and it's bad for Verizon. So the radio came in and was talking about how like Verizon's doing the rope a dope right now. They're like, taking all the punches, getting kicked in the rib cage, you know, all these different things, right? They're gonna take the blows, they're gonna lose like, 15, 20 million subscribers until they all of a sudden get ready to turn everything on and blow everybody out the water, right? But while this is going on, you got Comcast and Spectrum going, we have aspirations of being a cell carrier also, my good man, and we will burn you to the ground to get what we want. And I really feel that they're getting it from both sides. They're getting it the competition side from T-Mobile finally becoming a carrier that's actually worth paying attention to, and then they're getting it from their partners, quote unquote Comcast and Spectrum, looking to be carriers also. And and here's the thing: what's gonna happen when they decide that they're pulling their own customers? I get letters in my mail saying, "Hey, don't you want to be part of Xfinity Mobile? Xfinity Mobile, come over here today. We give you this deal. Add this to your bill." People are leaving.
Yep.
I had a customer in the car yesterday that was like, "Yo, I want what is it? Visible." I'm like, "You don't want Verizon? Ah, too much. Cost too much." They want Verizon service, but they don't want to pay Verizon prices.
Yep.
Look at it from that point of view. I like your service, but I don't like paying you. Hold on, son. Does optimizing usually take about a week? It could take a long time.
You gotta realize the
It
word
could take a
optimizing is
long time.
the word optimizing is thrown around too much.
It
Technically, you've really never done optimizing until the whole network is built. So
That's true.
say there's 5 C-band sites all within a quarter mile of each other. Well, guess what? The optimization changes as those towers go up.
Right.
Because you're going to have to power this one down and power that one up a little bit, and maybe change this to that, and wear out. Optimization is not a one and done situation.
Because they can remote dial into these and change the
Power
tilt
levels.
angles, power levels. They can do a whole bunch of little stuff to them on the fly. So it could be any series of little things that we don't have any idea about. I would say that if you saw it for a period of time and then it all of a sudden disappeared, they're probably working on that site actively, but they don't have anybody tower climbing it. They're probably like, "Are we going to turn it on for this amount of time? Tell me what you get. Does that interfere with somebody down the street? You know what I mean?" Oh,
Basically,
you got
what
the Infinity going.
there goes a 5G small cell installed by the cable company,
Ooh,
CBRS. They're on this road where this was at. They're every 1,200 foot on this road.
good God.
And this is a residential neighborhood. This is not even the city. These are regular houses. I should take a picture of the houses. This is all
Yeah.
residential. And they're putting it up through the entire neighborhood, every inch of it.
See that?
So you
See
can stand at this one and look down the street and see the next one. That's how close these are. So,
the Comcast and the Spectrums want to be a cable. They want to be a cellular carrier.
and these things have antennas on both sides. They're built into the panel, obviously, but they're facing out on both sides the way they beam. But
Those would be what 180-degree arc on
yeah, they're
those.
shooting left and right. And then there is like some side forming beam type crap, like beam forming built into
Uh-huh.
these as well. So they do beam forming too.
Ooh.
Yeah. These are the ones made by Airstrand or Airspan.
Huh. Man. Hold on one second. So let's
I know
see.
Comcast has got a contract with the Samsung ones.
Let's see. They call CBR Samsung CBR strands small cells. Comcast is testing
Here they are
for
right
their
here.
own network. I see it.
These are already being deployed in the Charlotte market right now. Charlotte, Concord, Huntersville, Matthews, North Carolina. The whole Charlotte Mecklenburg market is getting these deployed. There's already literally hundreds and hundreds of these up already.
Well, to answer Red's question here, you said, "What if your neighborhood has all underground cables? Then they can't hang them." Well, here's the thing: those things look like they can be very versatile. I mean, you could end up hanging those from light poles,
Well,
or anything from a light pole to you know a makeshift cabinet can be put in place. I don't necessarily think that there's any restrictions that being that small.
but just also keep in mind they do make non-strand mounted ones.
Ah,
Okay, but remember the cable companies are also leveraging their advanced wireless gateways for like businesses and things. And
uh-huh.
some customers' houses, remember I told you the Spectrum Mobile customers, if they're near a home that has the advanced gateway, they automatically get gig on a dedicated SSID off of that router. So
Right.
even off the regular routers deployed in businesses will give Spectrum Mobile customers gigabit. Even if that business only signed up for 100, the Spectrum customer still gets gig just for being near it. So, like I said, it's not just span mount. It's every single point of that network that has any kind of connectivity. They're going to be utilizing it to get people off Verizon. So now you got all these businesses that already have like the Spectrum hotspots, like the McDonald's and all these places. They're now going to become gigabit for Spectrum only customers, Spectrum mobile only customers. So even if you have Spectrum home internet, you still won't get gig. But if you got Spectrum mobile, you get gig just because you're near the router. So
yeah.
they're coming at they're throwing everything in the kitchen sink, basically.
Oh, hold on. Hey, here you go. Caesar, greetings, sir. Greetings and salutations. My
Yeah,
good man.
like Caesar's apartment. Caesar's apartment is now a Spectrum gig spot if he's got the advanced gateway.
Oh, hey. Man, hey, look, Caesar, turn off your your Wi-Fi and then connect to Spectrum's information. You might get better speeds.
If you got the Spectrum Wi-Fi 6 router, you already have the advanced gateway.
Man.
I have one in my house now. So.
Hey, so you know what? While we're still on 5G, let me ask you this question, man. And this is a segue into the next one. So, do you think that people are losing interest in 5G?
No, I don't
No.
believe this. You want to know why I don't believe it?
Why? Why, sir? Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because them people didn't care anyway. How you go stop, messing with something that you didn't mess with in the first place?
I figured you were gonna say that. I figured
I
you
think
were
the
gonna say
majority
that.
of people never cared. So it's just the nerds that care.
You know what? I think that people know about it, but people don't really know about it. You know what I
They
mean?
don't
Because
care.
no, wait. Before you get ready to say that, look. Before you say they don't care, I want to say this. I want to say it like this: the conversations I had with customers in my car, and when I go through my whole spiel, telling them what I do for my YouTube channel and everything, and then we start having a conversation. People are genuinely interested. The thing is I don't think that nobody's there to really let them know what's going on.
But Keon, as soon as they get out your car, they don't care no more.
I'm not gonna say that, man, because here's the thing: people have signed up. Look, I hit 300 subscribers right now. I didn't get there by
I
just
get you.
on. Yeah,
I
look,
get that.
I
But
didn't
I'm
get there by
subscribed to a
just
lot of
sheer
stuff.
happenstance.
I'm subscribed to a whole lot of stuff. You tell me I watch everything I'm subscribed to?
I'm not gonna say you do. I'm just saying that I have gotten subscribers by just talking about my YouTube channel with people. So I think people really want to know what's going on, but they don't have anybody that really tell them. And I'm not talking about in the super technical way to try to overly impress them either. I'm not talking about you want to say C band is not really C band, but it's actually S band. But
Oh, here we go.
overly technical for no apparent reason. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about actually have a conversation and say, hey, look, how is this going to change my life? What am I going to be able to do with this? How can I use this in my everyday? Right. That's what I think people don't have enough venues to be able to let them know what's going on. That's where I'm at. I don't necessarily think people are losing interest. I think they just don't have enough places where they can actually get it. Remember, what was
Look,
it?
it's like Gene said.
What's that?
Like, I
What's
give
that?
up.
You?
My mom, it's
Huh?
like Gene. I'm with Gene. Gene said my parents don't care. Like my mama might have an hour-long conversation with me about it, right? You think when I leave, she's doing 10 hours of research?
Oh no. But here's the thing. I think that if your mom or his mom or whoever's mom was able to watch their stories on the go and they realize like, oh, this thing called 5G let me be able to do that, I think they're
Yeah,
gonna be interested.
but you gotta realize too, Ken, most people are next to Wi-Fi 24/7. The majority of people, dog.
True. That true and semi-true.
Think about it like
Because
this, Keon. Have you seen a public park lately?
have I seen them? Yes.
Okay,
These
compare that public park to how that park looked in the early 2000s or the 90s.
oh
It's
no.
empty. It's empty and compare. You know why? Because everybody don't go outside no more. All this public TV watching ain't really happening, dog.
Yes, I understand that. I
They
understand that.
they at the couch on the couch at the crib looking at the phone on the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Uh I look, I feel differently, man. I
They
feel that
watch they like me. They watch YouTube while they might be going between traveling and then they off of it. That didn't change their life really. One second, bro. I mean,
yeah. And while I have this commercial break, feel free to add some of your stories to my Twitter so we can have this conversation with everybody else. It's at Community Tech C1 on Twitter, and also join my Patreon and contribute some stories. And eventually, maybe if you want to go higher up in the tier, you can come up here and speak your mind, find out, and let people know what's going on, and for the most part, have a conversation. Let's see. Users. I like I said, I just think that when it comes to this, I don't think that people are inherently not. I just don't think that people quite know. I see it a little bit differently because I get it. I do feel like I talk to a lot of people. I had one lady that just didn't even understand what Verizon's whole mantra was. She's like, "Well, there's ultra wideband, and then you have millimeter wave. So what is ultra wideband? Is millimeter wave something different?" I had a lady actually have that conversation with me on the radio. She was like, "Hey, what's millimeter wave?"
yeah. But what I'm saying is, and what was your answer to how it changes her life specifically?
Well, I told her that it millimeter wave is only situational depending on where you are, and it's only
Okay.
meant to give you a speed boost to alleviate congestion.
So for instance, if she's watching YouTube, does millimeter wave matter?
Yes or no?
It's no and
It
no, dog.
Come
YouTube still
on,
plays
man.
without it.
It's
It still plays without it.
it plays with it and it plays without it.
Exactly. So how did it change anything?
Uh,
It on millimeter wave assists when you need to download really large things. The average person ain't downloading large things.
but what happens when you're like a very congested area? And I've seen where millimeter wave has worked in super congested areas.
But I get that. But
So I'm
for
not a
the
millimeter
average
wave skeptic. I've
bro,
seen it where
bro, people are fine
Verizon's.
with their prepaid. They're fine with their prepaid DPIO plans. I'm not saying it that like I told you. I think that the whole advertising of 5G in general gave us a whole bunch of stuff that's actually useless. But the real use is like you said, congestion. But guess what? If that person lives somewhere where there's never congestion, 5G changes nothing for them.
Mm, hey, look, Austin says when I go on testing my network, my mother doesn't ask about it. She sometimes tells me that I'm wasting my time, and honestly, with the way everything is picky about it. Hey, look, they said that about Thomas Edison too, sir. And then guess what you got? You got lights. Just remember that. Everybody thought he was crazy. All you had to do was
You mean
light
the
that candle,
you
and then
mean
you'll
the
be fine.
you mean the slave that was actually making the lights? But let's not go there tonight. Thomas Edison, the original Steve Jobs.
Hey. I'm just using it as a reference point, sir. Only as a reference point. But I'm just saying, man, like I have seen where millimeter wave has saved Verizon bacon when they had no connectivity in the area. Okay, we're talking about complete 100% LTE failure, and millimeter wave was hanging off that pole and was able you were finally able to get data. If you couldn't make a phone call, but you could get data to order your Uber. That's all I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? That's all. That's all. You finally can get that Uber request out because you had data off of millimeter wave at least. Do you not see that as being at least a positive?
I've never had the problem of not being able to get it out.
Yeah, but how about this? Go to the arena in Greensboro when it's like heavily congested.
Bro, they got the DAS in that joint for
Yeah,
all carriers. It's
but I'm talking
pumping,
about
son, without
outdoors.
millimeter wave. It's pumping.
Yeah, but I'm talking about outdoors, man. Outdoors.
It's still pumping because the cell phone tower's in the parking lot.
Mm.
Look, you look, pull the picture up and look.
No. I saw the area. I saw you showed me what the area looked like, man. I'm just saying that, that rare
I
occasion where
think
I was
millimeter
able to.
wave is going to be more useful for home internet than it is for regular people. I think C-band is going to have way more use for the actual mobility.
Of course.
Exactly. Both are technically 5G, which is cool. But like I said, it's basically the cleanest thing you can say about 5G is it gives us room for growth. That's
Right.
it. But
I agree with that one. I agree with that.
I
Now,
just don't like all this stuff. We were, like I said, you're gonna be VR. Like, yeah, we're gonna have people in the streets on the corners in traffic playing VR games,
no, because we're gonna
dodging
have people.
cars, trying
We're
to
gonna
catch a
have people.
Pokemon.
We're gonna have people literally running into the street because they got
But,
VR on their heads,
but people were
getting
already
hit by
doing that with
cars.
Pokemon Go without 5G.
That's true. Now you're just gonna be able to do it more interactive. But
Oh,
hey,
here we go.
now, not to alienate the most people I've ever had up here at one time right now, but since Cyber Monday's coming, and if you are a tech nerd enthusiast and you are looking to build your next computer, okay, right now is the perfect time to buy some GPUs. They are at the lowest price in a decade. These graphics cards are at the lowest they've been in a long time. Now, I don't know if anybody in here knows the reason why, but cryptocurrency mining was a big thing for the last, I'd say, maybe 7 to 10 years right now, as it's gaining popularity. And these GPUs were like arbitrarily $1,000+ used. Okay, they had better resale value than cars. Okay, that's how expensive these GPUs were. Okay. Now they're the lowest price they've been. I'm talking about back down to like sub 200s for a good one. You can get right now, I think you can get an RTX GeForce graphics card, probably the 3080 series right now for about $380. Before, if it was still cryptocurrency, still using GPUs, you were looking at $1,500 for a year old GeForce graphics card. So right now, if you are, on the fence about buying something, right now is the best time to start buying your computer parts, because especially the graphics cards were always making up at least 70-80% of your build. I know, because every time I wanted to build something, the graphics card is what kept stopping me. So, how do you feel about that, No Radio?
I think it's about time they come down.
What do you think that it's now just coming down because there's no demand no more?
The whole cryptocurrency market bombing is probably helping. The
Yo,
whole cryptocurrency dying because of all these scandals and stuff is probably helping those graphic cards be a lot more available.
yeah, but you know what? Do
Plus,
you
you got Intel jumping in on the graphic card game, which is bringing more competition.
you know what? I've been meaning to watch the Linus Tech Tips on that one. I haven't got around to watch out the whole thing. I wanted to see what the experience is, but from the few graphs I saw, it's not looking so hot. I mean, it's not looking very hot when it comes to the
It
graphics performance.
well, what it's doing, it's destroying the Nvidia stuff in certain categories though. If you actually go into the deep dive, certain
Red
categories like
Red
certain
said 3080 is no less than 600. Okay, so it must have went back up then because I saw it a couple weeks ago. It was low. I
yeah,
don't
but
know
how
if
much
it's
was a
I don't
3080
know.
last year?
Yeah,
And you can pick up 3080s literally. I know last year a 3080 would have been shoot. You were lucky if you get it for under $1,000.
yeah.
So that's still
But then the cryptocurrency bottomed out, then they're all coming down. He said a
here we go.
3060 at 300.
Here's your price history. So it said the 3080 peaked at 1,000. Well, no, that was a MSRP. It said the average price of a 3080 was $1,325.
Good God,
Highest was 1,852 average that it got to. So if it's down at 600, 700, that's a deal.
that is a big deal.
And that's for the gigabyte version. They actually have a timeline here that shows the price over months. So it literally shows all the way back in December last year, people were selling 38s at $1,700 all the way through March. In March, they dropped down to 1,500, stayed around 1,500 all through April and May, and in June, 1,200. So yeah,
When did
they've been
when did it bottom out? Like when did it all of a sudden drop from the thousands to sub 500?
that was the last that's been the last month or so
Then
that it
that
started
that came
dropping.
and that came from, oh, you said 600 used. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean the 40 series is already out, so I don't know how many new 38s is really out there. Still left
Huh.
anyway.
Right. I think that with cryptocurrency taking a nosedive now, and look, all these wannabe crypto um currencies are being showed for the fraud that they are.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if you look, I want to go ahead and apologize if all the people that's in here right now, if you invested, I'm sorry, but not sorry because copycats, man. They saw Bitcoin jump, and then everybody wanted to turn their own Bitcoin on, call it, currency
not to
coin, Ethereum.
not to mention one of them literally just died. Like one of the
Yes,
crypto founder dudes just died like 2 days ago.
wow.
And another one died back on the first. They're dropping dead, son.
But yo, understand something, because when I was starting to pay attention to Bitcoin, because I was like, as it started popping up more, how when you start looking at YouTube or looking up news and stuff, all these little things started popping up all of a sudden. I was like, yo, what's this thing called Bitcoin? I heard about it, and then I started doing the research, and I was like, oh, that's cool and all, but I'm too late to the game. You had
Yeah.
people who are millionaires all of a sudden because of Bitcoin. Now you got Ethereum and Dogecoin. You even had Elon Musk going, man, I like Dogecoin, and Dogecoin was shoot up in price all of a sudden, right? And
Yep.
all these graphics cards start disappearing. All these graphics cards started disappearing like crazy.
Freaking crypto
Price,
mining, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
crypto rigs, GPUs stacked on top of GPUs just to mine, and everybody's making their own cryptocurrency and was getting seed funding. We're not talking about you made your own cryptocurrency and people bought your cryptocurrency. We're talking about companies saw
Look at
that
this.
you were trying to do your
Right.
own cryptocurrency and it gave you millions of dollars because they wanted to back you because they wanted to be the first in there into your cryptocurrency.
Check
That
this
was
out. So
crazy.
the dude The dude that died back in 2018, they said he took $250 million to the grave with him
Wow.
because he has the unique keys for the damn crypto. $250 million is just gone for that
See,
one.
see, here's the thing. I do
Gone.
believe,
I
that.
think they're killing these guys, bro. They're killing these fools. That's 3 dead. Why is this? And look, they're not old. We're talking about people in their 30s. They're all dropping dead. The government's
Well,
killing these people because
oh, don't say that. Don't say that on the line, sir. Don't say
Keon,
that.
come on, Keon. These fools are dying like rappers.
Oh God.
And they ain't rapping. They
No
selling
radio.
crypto for Christ's sakes, and they're
No
dropping
radio.
dead in their 30s.
You're not saying how what's the name said. He was like, just sprinkle a little crack on them and put a mixtape down there. They're gonna think he's a rapper.
Yes. They sprinkle a little crack on them.
Oh, David Chappelle said that had me rolling. He was like, just put a mixtape
And then
on them
let's
and
not
sprinkle
even get
crack.
into this FTX. The FTX thing is the biggest thing.
That is the biggest thing.
Yeah,
That was the straw that broke the camel's back.
yeah, dog. It's all
That one
downhill
hurt
now.
because it really put cryptocurrency on notice. Like it was like, yo, if you got a bull crap cryptocurrency, we're coming. We're everybody's coming for you now. Because this made like, did you hear what happened? Like before the collapse, before what was it called FTX?
Mm-hmm.
Before FTX collapsed, right? They were getting praised by everybody.
Everybody.
How wonderful their business is. Even
so smart.
Even before the demise, they were already hailed as like the next coming of current like of commerce exchange.
They
I mean,
got,
like, yo,
bro, they got they got his what was it? I guess she was the CEO of the company. They got her on tape admitting that she was like, yeah, I kind of lost like, I lost like 900 million the other day. Huh? Like what? What did you just say? What did you just say? Happens. I'm like, no, that was 900 million of other people's money.
Yes.
It's
See,
just gone.
See, his vein. If she said it the way that you just said she said it, that's not because it's not her money.
Yeah,
you know how people get cavalier with other people's money. They're like,
man.
yo, I just lost 900 million. Yeah, whose money did you lose?
What's the number now? It's like at $25 billion of lost money so far.
Yes.
25 billion. Totally.
And you know what? And you know what happened? It's the same thing that happened during the Great Depression. Everybody started going back to the banks and wanted to pull their money out. So it was like the Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, the bank didn't have the money though.
Yeah, see, but you remember, people wanted to put their money in something different, and it's not backed by a secure tenure. Yeah, I guess you don't want your money to be touched by the government, but at that time when you lose millions of dollars, you might want the government to be able to make you whole. That company went under, and guess where your money went? It went away.
Let's see where it's at. And what was so crazy is they tried to they were scamming from the gate. It was a scam from the gate, dog. That's what was so bad about it.
Oh look, what do they call it? It's FTC. If it's not FTC approved, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. If it ain't, I look up there. It's like, hey, I put my money into a CD. It said FTC approved. It's your money's backed by FTC. Thumbs up. You put your money in the cryptocurrencies, man. You praying to God you can flip your money. Go ahead, keep playing.
Here it is. It says the fall of FTX 2 weeks ago came as a shock to the industry. Alameda's accumulated losses appear to have prompted someone in Bankman Fried's operation to improperly transfer customer funds from FTX to Alameda, a decision that left FTX vulnerable to a withdrawal run that precipitated its sudden bankruptcy.
Oh
Because everybody started taking this shit out, like you said,
Uh,
taking this
see,
shit out.
and that's exactly what happened during the Great Depression. That's what triggered it harder than it was just
Well,
because
that's what
crops
exposed it. It was
that
already
exposed it even more.
fake. It just got
Right.
exposed.
Uh,
Oh my God, it's crazy. It's even saying that like it's saying it's estimated it's gonna be up to 96 billion.
oh, good God.
Yeah, it's a number. It's climbing, son. It's climbing.
Good God.
It ain't gonna be done for a while.
Man, by the time they find all the bodies in the storeroom, oh wow. Gene said FTX to the MLB. Yo,
Yes, they
they had
do.
their
And
they had
they got
they had their
stadiums and
name on a
everything.
stadium.
Yes.
They had their name on a stadium. I want to know who idea it was. I really would love to talk to the person who was like, "Yo, this new up and coming company is coming through and is making gangbusters. Man, we should put this on our building. We need to give
Oh
them a
man.
sponsorship." I want
Yeah,
to know who it was,
the MLB about to be hurt.
bruh. I gotta put that one up for Gene right there. That one right there hurts, man.
Because
Woo.
you know what? Well, I don't really know about MLB, but I know a lot of there was a lot of like NBA players opting to take their salary in Bitcoin and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like,
I heard.
oh
I
no,
heard about that too.
oh no.
I heard about that too.
It's like money. Who wants that? Give me some Bitcoin.
But but what does that say? I think that NBA players are overpriced. When you get to the place where you don't even think about your money no more,
Well,
are
that's
you
because
really?
they
What are you
thought
playing for?
it would gain value and be worth more. So say you were supposed to get 20 million in your contract, you take 5 million up front, and then you say, look, give me the other 15 million in the Bitcoin that you already have, because it's gonna grow. But then it don't
Oh,
grow, and in fact, you lose it all.
hey, man, here you go. Do you think those owners care? That's the question.
Um, look, they
Your
have
money,
look,
your
them
money,
owners
your
is
money
happy
just
that they
dropped.
gave Bitcoin up that they already had.
I don't owe you no money. I don't owe you no money.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, this whole
Yo,
Bitcoin thing is coming down, baby. It's coming
man,
down.
look, right. But you know what? I don't think Bitcoin itself is going to take too much of a hit
Now, I'm just
because of
saying
the
crypto,
way.
yeah, but it's gonna take it's the public ain't gonna be trusting it.
No, no,
That's
no,
the
no, no.
problem.
I think this is actually good because for real, there were too many freaking cryptos out there. Come on, man. We were getting to the place where it was becoming ridiculous town. Okay, you had what's Dogecoin?
What you
A
need to
freaking dog on the front
it's
as your
doggy
spokes.
coin, man. Doggy
Now,
coin.
Lord,
Doge is doggy.
Lord, man. Some people were naming their crypto after themselves and paying themselves through all these investments.
Yeah. You even got
It was getting
YouTubers that were doing
ridiculous.
making their own cryptocurrencies and having their people buy into the cryptocurrency.
Oh God,
Oh,
it was getting out of hand, man. It was completely out of hand.
yeah, like I said, this whole crypto crash, the GPU market thanks you.
Yes. Oh no, no. All us nerds who build PCs for ourselves can finally go back to building our PCs for ourselves instead of me watching Linus and watching PC porn, going, man, that GTX looked very nice. If I could
Look at
afford it,
look at the RBG on her. Ooh.
maybe one day I could
RGB.
maybe I could put that M.2 drive in my PC rig one day.
Oh man. Yep. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
Google's getting into crypto.
of course they are.
Oh Lord,
Look,
what is that?
you
What
go
is it going to be called? The
look.
Goog
You
the Goog coin?
know what's gonna be hilarious though, Keon?
What's that?
You go buy a bunch of the Google crypto, right? And then you be like, yo, that Pixel 8 Pro about to drop. Yeah, Google, let me buy that with some of that crypto. Google be like, nah, homie, we want green money. Like when they won't even take their own crypto for a phone.
Oh God.
They're like, nah, homie. we
No,
like
no, no.
green money.
Let me pay you on your googly coin. Now you want money? You prefer credit? You said it has to be FTC approved?
Oh, Jesus.
Man. Oh, hey, I don't want to hold you up too long. I got one more for you.
Let's go, homie.
I got one more for you, man. So remember we had this conversation about how like cars are getting to the place where our beloved cars are being like piecemeal to us. So apparently everybody wants to jump into this, even good old fashioned Intel.
Oh yeah, I already knew about this.
So Intel wants to do a pay-as-you-go chip licensing agreement. So what they want to do now is basically shut off some of these cores until you pay more for these cores.
Well, technically, they kind of already been doing this.
I believe it, but here's the problem. Now they just coming out and saying it. I mean, look, if you got well, they used to call it like the luck of the lottery, depending on like what die you end up getting, whether or not did you get into the good batch
Yeah, so
chips or
say they
not.
made it a 12-core chip, right? And then testing like 4 of the cores are flawed. They'll just make that an 8-core chip
Right.
and sell it as a different model number. But now they're gonna go to where this is mainly for like the people who are in like server, and this really only really affects people in like the server class stuff though.
No radio. Do you really say I want you to say that quiet part out loud. Do you really think that this is gonna only stay in the server market?
No, I'm saying it's gonna really affect them for now. Basically, this is Intel saying instead of us, once again, just like the car manufacturers, instead of us freaking having to, purposely make a bunch of different chips, let's just make one and make it upgradable with an extra fee.
Yes.
That's basically it's the same thing. So if they got 500,000 Intel Z9, whatever the craps in the warehouse, and they go, well, everybody don't need one of these, so we could be stuck only being able to sell these to the server market, the high-end server market, or we can just sell these to all the high-end market, even outside the server. And if a person wants that feature, we can activate it for a fee, essentially. So it kind of helps them also get chips out the door.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It makes it easier for manufacturing for them.
Yeah.
But
here's the
thing.
Which features on this chip do you need that you're not getting with the initial purchase? It's the question I'm asking you.
Oh. Right now, I don't know. Because you don't know what type of features that looking from this standpoint. Looking from this standpoint.
Like EEC, like everybody don't need EEC.
That's true.
Okay. Everybody don't need 128 megs of cache.
Okay, but come on, man. We've talked. Me and you talked about how important cache is on CPUs.
I understand that, but everybody still don't need it. Your Chromebook don't need it.
Wow.
The Chromebook don't need it.
You just have
everybody. I want everybody in the comments.
You just gotta
put hashtag Chromebook don't need it.
Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know Austin's gonna hit it.
Austin is gonna. I know
Austin's gonna light it up.
Oh God, don't do it, Austin. Austin, don't do it, sir. If you love me, done. Man, don't do it.
Done.
Look, man, just because I'm a believer in the Chromebook system doesn't necessarily mean it would be nice to have faster or more cache on your CPU.
But what if it literally makes no difference to the activity you're doing?
At a certain point, I understand where you're coming from. Like, here's the thing: if the only thing I'm doing is web browsing, putting 256 gigs of on store memory on my laptop or on my whatever, it's not going to make a difference. It's still going to function the same. It's still going to be just as fast at 8 gigs it was at 256 gigs. I understand that.
That's just like this, Keon. What game out there actually truly uses all 8 cores on an 8 core?
Hardly anything.
The answer is none.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh Lord, it's Brandon. What's up, man?
What's happening?
So, for instance, even Cyberpunk,
Brandon, will you?
the game that bought everything down, Cyberpunk, it still wouldn't use more than 8 cores.
But it was crashing stuff left and right though.
Yeah, in the beginning on pieces of shit.
But it was crashing stuff. Apparently, when I say Chromebook, that's like the bat signal for Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Get him, Brandon.
I said Chromebook one time. Brandon, hey, what's up, fellas? What's going on?
Get him, Brandon.
Oh.
G said his Chromebook needs 128 megs of cache and 8 cores so it can connect to the cloud.
Don't get Brandon started. I can hear the word. I can hear the wheels turning in his head right now. I don't even have to see him. I can hear his wheels turning right now, bro. But no, man. Hey, look, I'm just saying, from my point of view, I think that this is that slippery slope that that we're all going to start regretting. Okay, now what's going to happen? I'm going to buy a 8 gig stick of memory, and I only get 2 gigs of it, unless I end up
that's not.
paying.
I don't think it's going that far.
Once it starts at the
but guess what,
one.
Keon? Match this though. Will you know from the gate what you're getting for the initial purchase price? Because that's all that matters.
Yeah, well, of course they're
Long
going
as you know
to have
the
to
price.
disclose it.
If they tell you, all right, all memory is now $100, and you pick which package you want when you get home, I don't see that coming. I think you're gonna know at the store, like, okay, it's 120 to get 16 gig. You know what I'm saying? If that was the case,
you're gonna have pre-made computers where the asking price is gonna be like $300, and you're gonna turn it on, and then it's gonna be a paywall as soon as you get ready to turn it on. Talking about,
but look
if
at
you
this
want
from the
more
other
performance.
But look at from the other side, right? Imagine you can't afford the 16 core or the 24 core today, but you got to have the computer. So you buy it, and you go ahead and buy it now, and then in 6 months when you save up, you can just activate the additional cores. It's because what's the difference between that and people upgrading their CPUs anyway?
I see where you're coming from with that. I feel like it's gonna hinder development, because the thing is look at how programmers develop for Android and iOS now. They don't okay.
You think ARM is gonna be next? You think Samsung about to be like Snapdragon 999? Yeah, you only get 2 cores.
Yes, Samsung is even worse, bro. Come on, you don't think Samsung will pull the trick? Pull something so, like this?
Because I don't even look. I'm gonna tell you, I don't even think Apple would be that dirty.
Say that part out loud again, because I don't think you quite heard yourself.
Apple would play that dirty.
Yes, they would.
They're doing it now.
Look, they're doing it now. What are you talking about?
They already do a one-chip-fits-all model.
Yeah, they got the low-end chip from last year, and they got the high chip in for this year.
Yeah, but I'm saying anything you buy in the same year is typical, except for this last time.
Do I hear exceptions in this rule?
Yeah, but where's the extra money for you to upgrade the chip? It ain't there, is it?
Hey,
and the other side is, do you need it? And the answer is no. It ain't like you're multitasking on it or anything.
Oh God. Hey man, you just gotta keep reminding me. You just gotta keep reminding me how I'm not gonna be able to do my everyday stuff on this iPhone. I can't believe you, sir.
Hey, remember, this is Intel Xenon Sapphire. Were you gonna be buying a Xenon, Keon? I somehow doubt it.
Look, this is what you
You
call
buying a
slippery
server
slope,
CPU?
sir.
You buying a server CPU?
These are slippery. What? Look, Maria, where do you think dual core CPUs came from? It hit the server side first,
No, it
and then
didn't.
got.
The
What do you
Pentium
mean?
4 was the first dual core. It was not
They
a
was
server
they
CPU.
wasn't using them in server side first.
No.
I swear I thought I saw them on server side first. And remember, AMD actually did dual cores first.
AMD did x64 first. Here you go. The first dual core chips were the Pentium D and the Pentium Processor Extreme and the AMD 64X2. It was not a Xeon. It's not a server CPU.
Sir, I really do. I'm afraid right now, sir. I'm
That's because I
afraid.
had a nerdy ass uncle that was telling everybody, I got 2 processors in my computer now. I got 2 of them in there. He was telling everybody. But shout out to my Uncle Glenn.
Yeah,
He was proud of that dual core.
bruh. Hey, look, I'm just saying from my point of view that this is one of those points where we're starting to see the industry go like subscription models, where is a thing now where everybody's trying to live inside your pocket. So now we're going from subscriptions to pay as you go. I can't get you to buy the high end. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make everything high end and just piecemeal it to you. Look. I don't want to have to make 15,000, seats that are heat warmer. I'm just gonna put the heat warmer seats in your car and then put a button in front of you and say, "Don't you want to buy this?" That's what they're doing. The same thing. That's how I look at it right now, man.
And it says so and they're showing two models too. It's
They
metered
are.
and licensed. You can either buy the license and you have it forever,
Oh
the
God.
upgrade, or you can mute. So at least they're giving you a buy forever option. They are giving you a buy forever option though.
No radio. There's a meter option. Come
I
on.
know, but like I said, they give you okay. So here's the thing though. The good side of this would be say that CPU with all the features would typically be 12 grand. We talking about server, right? But you can buy it now, but they're gonna be able to let you get it now for 7,000, just some of the features off. And then later on, if you need more, you can upgrade it.
Wow.
So
No. I see where you're going. I know exactly where you're going. Here you go. Let me say it in layman's terms. So if your company is not fully prepared to pay us right now, you could turn some of these features on for a nice little hefty fee per hour, and then we'll just turn them off again.
or you could just pay us upgrade it to get the full power. All I'm saying is this is only good if the highest end PC still say it's the same price, is what I'm saying. Then it doesn't matter. If that CPU is already 12 grand and it's still 12 grand, who cares? For all the features.
Yeah, I see this coming down, man. I see it coming down the road.
It
Look,
helps them to simplify their manufacturing process.
they're not innovating anymore on the chip side. So
because they already know ARM is the future.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they've given up.
Let's see, what is the current most expensive? I want to see can I buy one of these chips, man.
I don't have a server. I need to. Hey, look. And on top of that, they're not gonna sell me one. I gotta wait for this to go through a data center, and then I can go buy it on eBay. I wonder
Here you
what the
go,
licensing
Keon.
is gonna end up being like once that happens.
I check this out, Keon. Look, you can get a used. You don't even want to know how much that shit costs,
bruh.
Oh,
I could only imagine what you about to say. I could. He said
I'll just.
one, just one. I just want one.
Hold up. I'm gonna look at 2021.
A
Let's see
one
how.
Xenon probably goes for $5,000.
Oh, you can get them cheaper. Just depends on which one you get.
Shame.
All right, Keon, here you go.
Uh-huh.
Damn it! Why's all this shit in damn euros? Anybody got time for this?
Oh Lord. That's even worse. That means that
Pesos.
the exchange rate makes it go higher than what it is.
I can't even find the most expensive one. This is scary. They're like, you look, if you got an ass, you can't afford.
If you have to ask, you can't afford this. Oh gosh.
Right. What is this? Intel Xeon second gen 6256 is $6,600. AMD Epic 7002 is $7,600. Let's keep going. Let's go on to the top. Let's just go on and
Lord.
Stick the knife in. You ready for the knife?
And twist it. Hey, you about to twist it.
All right. The most expensive Intel CPU you can purchase right now is $36,718.
Oh gosh.
That is the Intel Xeon Platinum 8280L. 36 grand.
God.
With taxes, 37 grand, 38 grand.
Now you got a $37,000 CPU that has filtered down.
I'm just saying, I think if you get them 36,000, they're not gonna give you no price. That's gonna be the full features.
No radio. No, whoa. Remember, I need you to understand that is the platinum after the fact. So if Intel is having any aspirations of being able to lock this stuff out, imagine what's going to happen when I end up putting it in my server. I got to go back to Intel, and Intel's going to be like, oh, we see that you got our platinum one. Oh, it has an extra 13 cores that you don't have access to. Wouldn't it be nice to give us a licensing fee for what you already purchased?
Oh, but you ain't going to need them other cores, Keon.
Then why am I purchasing a platinum version of anything? Why?
Look,
There's no purpose.
I'm just saying, y'all, if I spend $36,700 on a daggone processor, I need Intel to show up at my crib once a week and rebuild my computer while dusting it. And it need to be naked women dusting it with duck feathers. Okay? Naked women dusting my PC and cleaning the socket and reapplying thermal paste and everything on that sucker.
Wow.
For $36,000.
I need you to understand something. The reason why it's saying it's $36,000 is because we're not in this whole pay as you go yet. Okay, remember, people bought Teslas.
It's gonna be 20 grand and it's 16,000 to unlock all the other stuff.
Yes, but look, people bought Teslas thinking they were getting a full self-driving, and then all of a sudden they turn the car on that don't work.
So you're saying it's Elon's fault?
Yes, he started this mess. See what I'm saying? He couldn't keep his own little dumpster fire over there. It's filtering through everything now. It literally companies look at other companies and see what they can get away with. Telling you.
What if it goes so petty that you buy a pre-built gaming PC and they tell you, yeah, it's got 8 fans, but we only give you 6 of them. The other, if you want to use the other ones, you got to pay for the extended warranty package.
Oh, God.
And you can use the other 2 fans to get a few more FPS.
See, you already started. See what I'm saying? You already started. That's exactly what's gonna happen. We laughing about this now, but it's coming. It's coming.
You go. Mitchell gonna go to get a bottle of no, nothing.
No, don't do that, sir. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, man, why are you posting about Intel, bro? What is that? Chrome doesn't know anything about Intel.
Oh God. There are Intel Chromebooks, sir.
They
got a Core i5, they got a Core i5, a Core i3, a Core i7, and a Core i9.
They buy this shit at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. them, them, them Chromebooks got a Motorola 68,000 in them.
Gosh.
It's got the old Motorola chip from the Sega Genesis in them Chromebooks.
Oh,
Know what you talking about?
wow. Hey, what that says is they're efficient enough to run on outdated stuff. Look at that. See?
Run. You mean crawl?
Run. Functional.
Crawl.
Dream.
Oh,
To pay for this.
Hey, man, I want to go back to a story you were talking about earlier.
All right. What's on your mind, sir? Tell me what's on your mind.
A lot of people will never appreciate millimeter wave unless they are at a concert, but even then, they don't care.
Oh, I mean, millimeter wave is gonna be the
icon doesn't mean nothing on a phone. It says decoration.
No, it means something. Look,
No, it
because you
doesn't.
haven't. Just because you haven't experienced it yet.
When people wake their asses earlier for Black Friday this time of the year to go and buy their damn phone, they don't notice a difference.
Look, the only problem is, and I read an article the other day talking about this, is it like we just did one talking about whether or not people care. The problem
They
is
don't care.
it's finding the use case.
They don't care. The only thing they care about is the shit going fast. I mean, the shit working.
They want to know, can they low res TikTok load? Okay.
Yeah, but even then they have them DVD plans.
Look.
So they're still getting robbed.
Look.
I like that DVD plan.
Yes, that's messed up, Brandon. There's a lot of people
but
Edmund,
red
boxing it right now. And you talking about the bad.
Edmund, but it only gets worse. A lot of these people probably have the plan that they're like a high def plan or a 4K plan, but they don't even know how to enable it.
Yeah, yep. Okay, that is very true because understand the amount of
the
amount of software you got to go through on your own phone.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. Dog, imagine what the conversation is going to be when they start doing AR, not VR. We're talking about just AR on your device, off your device to plug in headset that you got to walk around with glasses. Imagine the conversation with the carriers. You're going to be calling them up, hey, I want to do this thing, but it says I don't have enough data. Well, if you give us more money, then we'll be able to turn that feature on for you.
But
look at that. It started all over again.
And man, they're literally giving the carriers more money. And they still have that shit locked.
Yes, and they're doing it. AT&T hasn't hidden underneath 3 layers of information on their own app. Verizon,
T-Mobile does the
T-Mobile,
same shit.
Same thing.
Exactly.
They don't want you to turn it on.
Bro, I will bet money that my mama don't got HD turned off.
Oh, I 100%.
I bet money. I'll call tomorrow.
Bro, I bet 90%.
Look at the color.
No. I bet 90% of people using cell phones today don't even know there is a HD feature that they can turn on or off. You got to call in and add the feature on.
They would literally laugh. I mean, they would literally get pissed. They would get pissed because it's like,
even if you leave that carrier, that phone stays locked for a certain time. Boost Mobile does that. Yes, Boost does do that.
Edmund, it's like that broke person that buys that $3,000 or $4,000 bed and they see with the bag thing on it.
You talking about the headlight?
Yeah.
Hey. I'm saying something for somebody who's never who didn't have a headrest until they finally got old enough to buy one. It's funny, but not funny. Okay, remember that. Okay.
What did you say?
I didn't have a headrest for a long time, sir.
A headrest?
Yeah, that's what he was talking about. He didn't put that. He talking about not having a headrest on your bed.
No. I'm talking about like how you go and buy for a $3,000 or $4,000 bed, like a Tempur-Pedic or whatever. You know, some people they literally don't want to destroy the bed, So they literally sleep with that plastic on it.
Oh gosh. Hey, that's an uncomfortable rest, dog. That is very uncomfortable.
Brandon, when you buy a $4,000 mattress, they try to sell you that damn cover to go on it that can hold a gallon of water.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I bought the cover.
Let's see.
I said, baby, let's
Austin,
pour a gallon of water and see what happens.
Austin says I pay T-Mobile $94.50 and my HD streaming is not available. I cheat the system and go around it. Well, first of all, you spend too much money on T-Mobile. What's going on?
I think that's for 3 lines.
Single line.
I know that Magenta Max is 80. It's like 85.
Bro, you know, one of our fellow members in the community has 3 or 4 lines for $65, right?
Yeah.
On T-Mobile.
Yes. All them buy a line, get a line free. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Understand something? When it comes back around to start upgrading them lines, guess what? He gonna be throttled forever. Those lines are not ever getting upgraded.
Oh,
never. So, hey, Brandon, I don't know if you heard the first part of this podcast, but you know it's official now. The iPhone is been ordered. I don't know when it will get here.
You got the Barney version 128.
Wow. So what? Because I didn't go terabyte.
Yeah. iPhone people don't know how to take data off their damn phones, Brandon.
Yes, I went 128 gig. Yes.
Y'all need to learn how to see, Brandon. That's why I got a 4 terabit NAS at the crib. I don't need to worry about how much phone storage I have.
There you
go. Sounds like Apple problems.
So Brandon, you know, I'm going to be looking towards you for.
Wait. When do you get your phone?
They're saying at the end of this year.
At the
end of December. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing.
With a word pre-installed.
Somebody sees will say that it can show up sooner. I don't know. There's no iPhone in my region at all. Not the one I wanted anyway. And I wasn't going to compromise and get a 14 with last year's processor. Okay. Just remember that.
Bro.
I'm not going to compromise. I don't want to hear you later talking about, oh, if I find out that, you know, T-Mobile is good here, but it's the iPhone problem, the first thing going to roll off your lips is, but that's just the 14 though. You know, hey, no radio, you know he's going to say it. Oh, but that's the 14 though.
Edmund, your boy Mental said you should get the 8 because it has 5G.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
Oh, so,
on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you to get this iPhone?
I'm terrified because this is gonna mess up my flow, man. This is gonna mess up my workflow.
I bet you'll probably get more tip money.
Oh gosh.
Brandon.
I told you. Look, Brandon, I told you. Early in this podcast, I said that I multitask like no other. I got 4 or 5 apps running on my phone at the same time.
Bro, I got 2 open right now as we speak. What are y'all talking about?
and now I'm going to go from multitasking to single tasking.
I got y'all in the background. I got speed test going and I'm browsing on Chrome at the same time and I'm looking at the speed test app. Tried it on Alpha.
All right, so I'm just saying, man, that from my point of view, I feel like I'm downsizing, Brandon. That's how I look at it. Now, you and a lot of other people who have Apple products, y'all might see the 14 Pro Max as being the next coming of Jesus. But I don't see it that way. I see me getting ready to be handicapped.
Now I
I
got
don't
two
know,
different
man.
Chrome. I got two Chrome windows going right now. See, Brandon, I do stuff like this. I'll be shopping on the bottom while I'm reading something on the top.
Hey, see,
I do that
well,
a lot too.
look, I cross reference stuff. If I'm looking for something, I keep one side open and looking for the other. I do a lot of that stuff all the time on a regular basis. But not to rehash what I did earlier, but I'm just saying that from my point of view, it I feel like I'm handicapping myself. That's what I look at. But I don't know
It's
if
cutting you
Brandon's
off.
gonna. I don't know if Brandon's gonna pop back up here.
Oh, and the other thing, there's one thing that damn Samsung needs to add.
What's that?
It's a feature I missed from the One Plus, man. The ability to have basically multiple logins on the phone.
Huh. I never really thought. Well, okay, I could see that being a thing.
Yeah. So, like for instance,
Yeah,
if you got your phone and you're gonna hand it to the kids, instead of like you can just swipe down and just switch profiles like you would on a Windows PC and have all your stuff separate, so people won't get into your personal shit. It basically lets you lock out your phone and people can still use your phone but can't get to none of your personal shit.
right.
I like that feature. The other thing I like too is I like the ability to be able to hide certain apps. Like
Yeah,
if I don't want my kids to be messing with my freaking Facebook app, which Samsung can do that, I can make Facebook disappear completely off the phone, but it's still there.
I mean, you know what? You could do that through kid mode.
I'm saying even without kid mode, you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just hit hide apps, which is why, like I said, I missed my app drawer.
Oh God, that too. Oh God, actually, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that
Yeah, that
yesterday.
app drawer is a
Oh,
godsend. Plus,
a
I can put
permanent.
all. And remember how I was telling Brandon about the whole one hand operation? How I can just put
Yes,
all my apps at the bottom on that iPhone,
yes.
dog. It'll be that one app. It's gonna be at the top of the damn screen in the damn top corner, and you're holding it one hand. You're gonna have to two-handed to get to that app now.
Yo,
You know how dangerous
somebody,
that is while you driving on the highway.
yo, somebody said that if you go to a lot enough iPhone users, phones, everybody got that little junk folder where they just move all these apps they don't want to use or don't want to be in the way. They just dump them into one little folder and try to keep it out of the way.
Well, the
I
phone
heard
does
people
that on
do
its
that.
own. It dumps app over in the thing, but I'm just saying, I can put all my apps at the bottom. All my number one apps I need that I use daily.
Oh gosh.
And that just makes one-handed operation a lot easier. For me, it's all
Man,
about ease of use. I like my one-handed operation, man. That's the one thing I could not do on that damn iPhone. It drove me crazy. Having to reach that top, obviously, at my universal back. I can swipe from the left or the right and just go fucking back a step if I want to. No matter what app I'm in. Doesn't
mm,
matter what app. That little stuff, dog, just makes one-handed operation so much easier.
well,
That's why I said I want you to really use that phone. And look, I guarantee you, dog, you will have a swipe fit. Because you'll be trying to swipe to go back. You're like, God damn it, go back. And they won't go back. You're going to have a swipe. This was so much easier on Android.
because you know what? Here's the
Look,
thing. Through the conversations through the conversations that I've had with all the people in our community, right? I don't hear them ever complain about swiping until you did it and you were talking about it, which means that they don't really daily drive an Android phone.
see, like me, I hit Gmail, but I want to go back. I just swipe from the left or the right. I don't have to reach down to the bottom and stretch my
And
hand.
I know I'm going to run into that problem because I
You
swipe
too.
back
I
all
can
the
just go
time.
back. I can just go back or back. I can just keep going back forever to all different things I was doing, messaging, and go back. Or if I'm inside of here and I go here
Uh-huh.
and I'm here, I just go back smoothly from either left or right side of the screen. It's just smooth steps. It's just the whole one-handed operation thing. On iPhone, you'll always get that one time you'll be in a certain app and it makes you hit the top left to go back. The swipes don't work, and it happens at the worst possible time too. You'd be like smooth selling, and you'd be like that one app. Damn it! I gotta hit the top left to go back. What the hell? And then
Radio,
obviously, when I want to
you
pull my
think?
top screen down, I don't have to reach to the top of the phone. I can just take my thumb right down the middle, and bam, I can pull the whole top down. iPhone, you got to go to top left or top right. You can't just swipe anywhere in the middle and bring the whole menu down like that.
You're gonna make me regret my decision. I see this now.
And look, when I want to clear notifications, it's that quick and easy. Oh, it's just smooth. On Apple, you be like trying to clear them all, but you got to like sometimes you got to clear one at a time. I ain't got time for all that. Ain't
Yo,
nobody got time
understand?
for that.
I might even go as deep as you did with the whole RCS thing and
Same thing. You know,
RCS versus
the UI was
iMessage.
it? So you see UI5, Samsung finally completely put they finally completely integrated RCS into the Messenger
Yeah,
by
I
default.
saw it.
So you don't got to download Google Messenger anymore.
Oh, dang.
You don't even need Google Messages no more on the Samsung. They've already integrated the RCS. And don't even get me started on the pen.
Oh no.
Don't even get me started on the pen accessibility.
Man, no radio. We could have a whole look. I'd say as I start going through this, we're gonna have some pros and cons going on. I welcome the challenge, people. I look. Let's see, man.
You know,
You
I'm
don't
gonna
need
tell you
to
what I
clear
want to
your
see.
app switcher on iOS. Hey,
Clear. What you
I'm
want? Clear
new.
apps.
I don't know this yet.
I don't clear apps. I leave them all open. They just stay open. I don't care. They're just there.
Understand? I'm new.
I don't have to clear apps. I was talking
Oh,
about
wait.
clearing
RCS is
notifications.
useless? Wait.
Bullshit.
RCS is useless?
He crazy. That's how you know
Hold
he never
on,
used it.
man.
Hey, if I want to send any file type, it don't matter even what the type of file it is. I could RCS it.
That's true.
Any file type. I don't care what it is. I can send it via RCS.
All right,
iMessage
look.
gives you a preset. Look, let me see you send on iMessage. Let me see you send a Windows PC software over iMessage. Let me see you send that to somebody.
Mm.
Let me see you do it. Hell, let me see you send a Mac OS software, actual software. Just send anything. Not just pictures, not just multimedia, but any type of file. Let me see you send that via iMessage. And then you can talk.
Oh, man. Hey, look. I'm
Then you
telling you,
can
dog.
talk. I can literally send studio sessions over RCS if I wanted to somebody.
Look, I'm just saying that.
No, what you sent over iMessage
I'm
was
looking
a
to
link.
have.
You sent a link to the app, not the actual app. Bet you sent a link, not the actual application.
Look, I'm looking to have this bit broad. I want a broader conversation where Google did it half-ass. Okay, Google did it half-ass. What they should have done was just go ahead and show the pros and cons of RCS versus iMessage, and then go at it from there. You know what I mean? That's what they should have did instead of trying to like beg Apple to incorporate RCS because, like my man just said, RCS is useless. You're on Android on an iPhone.
Yeah, how would you
Whereas
know if it's useless if you ain't using it?
you're not using it. If you're
Look,
not using it, then you don't know. That's the whole reason why I'm buying an iPhone right now. Is
and
I'm going to use it and I'm going to compare them.
for the speed test thing that Best Phone Plans has, I couldn't send directly from Speed Test app to that website.
Really?
No, I had to freaking like export it, then put it somewhere else, and then take it in the browser and then grab the file. I couldn't send directly from Speed Test.
Hey, Greg, I'm getting ready to get off in a few minutes, but next week I will do that. I know we're probably going to be in a Google Meet together. I will send you the link to my chat, the chat that I use underneath mine, and I'll invite you there. And then that way you can join in whenever I get ready to go live. So I'll shoot you. I'll do that for you next week. All right. Just remind me when you see me, and we can have this conversation. I'm willing to have this conversation live. as a person who's getting ready to come into the whole iOS ecosystem, yes, I don't know anything, but for somebody to say that RCS is garbage and is useless, come on, man. I'm sorry. I have to 100% disagree with you because it's totally I feel that because you don't utilize it, you don't see it.
That's
Hold
just
on.
like this, right? Imagine if Apple decided tomorrow, you know what? We don't support Gmail no more either.
Oh,
And now
Lord.
people who with Gmail accounts can't send emails to people with iPhones. How
Oh
fucking stupid
Lord.
would that be? That's
Look,
exactly
first,
what they're doing by continuing to support. Apple is continuing to support the dead SMS messaging.
yeah.
SMS is already dead, and Apple wants us to keep supporting that shit. If Apple cared so much, they would just stop supporting SMS too.
Hey, look, Austin. I have had people say to me that I should buy an iPhone, like move my main line over to iPhones because they don't want to message me because
Well,
I'm
I'd
a
be like,
green
good
bubble.
riddance.
But look,
Good riddance.
because I'm a green bubble.
Huh? Good
That
riddance to them people.
that's called peer pressure, sir. I don't cave to peer pressure. Look, I'm buying an iPhone so I can have a better conversation.
So, Gene, if one person in your family went Android, y'all would just all stop talking to that person.
You have been shunned
You would just
off of
stop
this
talking
head.
to that person. You'd be
He
like, "Oh,
has the
sister went
iPhone 13 mini.
exactly." So exactly, Gene, you wouldn't stop talking to him. So they're gonna be using that old SMS to speak to that person now.
But okay, but that's my thing is for anybody that say that RCS is bad or it's not worth it or whatever,
RCS
as a
fixes all
as
the
a
SMS problems, but
all of them for Android, all of them. It's like how can I say it? It was too many messaging apps as it is on Android, and now they're consolidating down and getting better. I mean, look, my wife sends me TikToks in the original format that the TikTok was in. Not a screen copy. I don't know how she
no,
does it.
yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, it's not a screenshot. She literally sends me the TikTok, and all I gotta do is just blow it up on my phone, and boom, I can play it. Do you know how bad it was on SMS to try to do something like that?
But
That
Apple
was
wants to keep
crazy.
SMS. They want us all to stay on SMS.
Hey, now that's the only way that I can communicate back and forth with somebody who has an iPhone is through SMS. That's the only way. I mean, it's bad that
So
you got
what?
two major technologies that can't play well together. It has to literally go down to the oldest form of communication just to go back up again.
Yeah,
That look at it from that standpoint. You have RCS on one side, you have SMS, and have iMessage on the other side. And the only way they can communicate is through the lowest common denominator, which is SMS.
and the thing is, them supporting RCS is literally like a plugin. It would
Oh,
be like adding a plugin. That's it. Little line of code. Voila. Now, when
hey,
somebody sends you a picture from an Android, it ain't all jacked up. It ain't like they
hey,
would be taking you guys off of iMessage. You would still be on iMessage. You would just, instead of supporting SMS, you would drop SMS and just go to RCS. That's it.
that's true. But look, we're gonna have that conversation next week. Tune in next week. I'm gonna bring on some people. Hopefully, if they decide to do this, bring some people on who's gonna educate me on what it means to be an Apple user before I get this phone. And I'm telling you, the war is about to start. I'm telling you, it's me and no radio. We want the smoke now. I want it. So if you're an iOS user, you're an Apple user, this is your time to plead your case because I'm telling you, I don't think it's good. I don't think you're gonna be able to. I really don't. It's gonna be hard for you to try to defend what's going on in the industry. That's just me. But hey, thank y'all for watching. No radio. Where can we find you at on the web, sir?
You can find me in the Apple with the worm.
Oh, look, no radio. You don't worm yourself
Hey,
through
I
the
don't.
whole apple, sir.
Hey, y'all, I don't hate Apple. I just don't like them. It's what it is. I already told everybody what they had to do to get me, and they won't do it, so they'll never get me.
Oh, hey, look, I'm looking forward to it, Greg. I'm looking forward to it. I want the conversation. It's what makes it
Multitasking is
fun.
better navigation. Multitasking is better navigation than Apple could possibly have me.
Dog,
Until then,
get
it ain't happening.
I need the nerdy. I need to be my nerdy self on iOS. I don't see it. I just don't see it, man. That's me. Multitasking, yes, I have to have that too. But I need to be able to be a nerd also. And I'm gonna have an iPhone. I'm getting one. I've showed people the receipt. It's coming.
Look,
what am I gonna be able to do with it?
uh,
That's the question.
SMS came out in 1992. Apple's
That's
still supporting some 1992 technology.
hey. They got rid of the floppy disk faster than they got rid of SMS, dog. Just remember that. Remember that they killed the floppy because it was outdated. They killed the headphone jack because they were
Yo, yeah.
showing courage.
If Samsung would have invented 5G, Apple would have stayed away from it too. If Google would have invented 5G, Apple would have been like, no 5G for us.
Oh,
4G forever.
oh, Greg. Oh, yo, I know y'all are ready to light me up like a Christmas tree right now. Y'all look, they standing outside with the TV torches on me right now.
Hey, I want all the smoke.
Oh, I can see this next week is gonna be murder, dog. They're gonna literally be sitting there going, Keon, that's messed up. You don't have any idea what it means to be an Apple person. And I'm gonna have to sit down and listen to everybody's comments on it. Oh, but yeah, hey, thank
Oh,
y'all for watching. I greatly appreciate it.
screen recorder is
You know,
better on Android too. Sorry.
Oh, no radio. Stop. Stop.
Since I can pick the video quality and the audio sources.
Stop. No radio. Stop. But thank y'all. Follow me on Twitter. I don't tweet as much, but hey, if you got an article, something y'all want for me to talk about on the next one, or even during the course of the week, I'll read it, give my commentary on it. Maybe even if you join the Patreon, come up and have the conversation yourself. So thank y'all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And y'all have a very good evening.